What we're gonna be doing is I'm gonna tell you guys a story. I'm probably gonna do a couple of videos on this, but these are my fights. And I thought it would be a good game, to play. It would be UFC instead of Fortnite in the background, UFC. And basically, I'm gonna tell you guys a fight happened when I was real young. Okay, so I had this friend named, let's see, I'm gonna name him Rob, and I'm gonna call myself Bob. So me being Bob, I was just like, hey, okay, I'll be your friend. He lived like down the road by me, and so I was playing with Bob for a little bit, right? And Bob was a real nice friend of mine. But the thing was, Bob, he had a temper. Bob got real mad quickly. And I was trying to calm him down, and then one day he just decided to go all cannibalistic. And he was like, no, I'm not gonna do this. And he was mean for like a couple days, like 4 or 5. And then it was like a Friday, I think it was. And then he just decided to like snap. I don't know what came into him. I think it was because I wouldn't let him play my PlayStation. Plug my mic. But whatever that was, Bob just like, he really did not want to mess with me right now. And I was like trying to play tag with Bob. I had a lot of friends in school, and I was like, we all played this tag game, right? And so I wanted to play like a big person tag. I was like, dude, come play. He said, no, I don't want to play. I'm like, come on, dude, stop acting like that. You've been acting like depressed for like a week. And he was like, I'm telling you, I don't want to play. And he pushed me, right? And then I just like, okay, well, screw you then. So I went to go play with the other friends, and I kind of ignored him for 2 days. And then one day, I guess he wanted to play with me again, but he didn't start it the right way. He started like jumping on my back like I was giving that kid a piggyback ride. And okay, whatever. So I don't know what names, I'm getting names mixed up. But that kid basically, he was like, oh yeah, da 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 da, and he was just like trying to be funny, right? And then we got to recess again, like, and so he jumps on my back, and he's like, ah, da 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 da. He wants to play with me, right? And he jumps on my back and he starts like putting his hands in my face, and he did that like twice. I told him, get off, or I'm gonna like actually mess you up. And he said, you're not gonna do nothing. So when we were in line, like there's like, we were like getting ready to go in the classroom, but it was dirt and then it was pavement. So he jumped on my back, right? He put his fingers like right by my eyes and scratching my head. So I grabbed his head, and me being addicted to WWE, I freaking, you know, John Cena's finishing move? Yeah. He hit the ground, dust went flying up, he was coughing. Teacher turns around, every kid's like, oh, and their teacher turns around, and she's like, go to the principal's office. I say, no. She said, go to the principal's office. I said, call my dad. She said, no. So I walk into the,
Call my dad. I said, no. I said, no.
Yeah, and I walk into the principal's office. No, not principal. I walk into detention. And at that point, I knew the detention ladies really well because, I don't know, just gotten a lot of mishaps. And I got sent to detention a lot. So I get sent to detention ladies, and they're like these stone-faced big ladies looking like some world heavyweights on UFC. And they just have like, they have their makeup on, and it looks like they're constantly frowning. There's this one big lady and this one really skinny chick. She looked like a weed whacker. And like they would always just like stare at you, and if you had your feet crossed, they'd be like, don't cross your feet. And they would just, you'd basically just sit there while you had to do work. And I go in there and I have to do like this makeup test, and I cross my feet, and they said, don't cross your feet. And then 10 minutes go by, I cross my feet again. I always just sit like crisscross. And they said, don't cross your feet. So I did it one more time, and they sent me to this bench. And this bench had like, it was one of the bench, it wasn't like a full bench, it was like a half bench faced to the wall. And I crossed my feet again, so they took me outside and they sat me down. And basically they said if I cross my feet again, I'm getting like 20 more pages of homework. And I never crossed my feet in detention again. But that was like a little side thing. And I get sent to detention. And while I'm in detention, this girl says, "Hey, what are you in for?" I'm like, "Oh, I just freaking body slammed this kid." She said, "I stole crayons." I was like, "Okay, they don't have to do anything."
Nobody said that.
Okay.